You're such an asshole.
HassleConsulting.com. Go there if you got questions and money. Blah, blah, make me rich. I don't want to work ever a job, real ever a job again. What is it, 2020? Coming up on 5 years now, not answering to a boss. To all my bosses, fuck you, by the way. If you listen to the latest Clary podcast, you can find that on SoundCloud. One of my ex-bosses did die. His fat, bloated fuck. He had a heart attack, and he didn't even deserve to have the life he did. He should have just been, like, aborted. But he's dead now, and he wasted his life. But to all my bosses, you're, like, still working, and you still gotta go because you're a baby boomer fuck, and you just say, if you're right there, 5 years, coming up on 5 years. It's 2 of these plus 1 more. That's 5. And I know most of you guys in banking couldn't do that simple math. But just, 5 years. Not answering to you dickheads. Thanks to Asshole Consulting. Video response, please. Also would like to add this. Forgot to include it. Everyone to pay. Postal retirement is 30. Oh, we got... hang on. Okay, here we go. I am offered benefits through my career as a letter carrier at the Postal Service. The benefits include a postal retirement after 30 years of service and a pre-funded thrift savings plan. I'm inherently suspicious of company retirement plans, as many are underfunded so badly and so frequently that I see them in the news from time to time. I worry that it won't be there when I need it. At the same time, the post office is in deep debt because the law requires 100% pre-funding. That implies that there is money going to be there. I am not an expert in these things. I find it rather complicated. Wanted to have someone simplify and explain this to me. Was also thinking of building my own future on the side with high dividend stocks, rental property, prosper notes, etc. After I learn more and become sophisticated, of course. Want an analysis of this and the best maximization of it all. All right, well, I'm going to keep it simple, but let me read your secondary thing. Postal retirement is 30 years, but someone from the military can count years of service towards this number. For example, 20 years in the Air Force to earn retirement, 10 years postal for a total of 2. Yeah, it's double dipping, dude. If you can do that, do that. I'm no financial genius. Oh, wait, I fucking am. But yeah, I think anyone would tell you to do that. Good enough to recommend in videos. Stats 27, gender male, state Michigan, income 32,000. Expenses, rent $295, car insurance $190. $190? Are you spending that much a month? Dude, you gotta rent $295. That's awesome. That's fucking awesome right there, dude. Bravo. Right, that applause right there. Liquid assets $5,000. No student loans. There you go. Ideas was thinking of forming an LLC to invest through. Thoughts on advantages and disadvantages of corporate. Just do an LLC. This is where you decide to load it up with other questions. Just do an LLC. What about using 0% interest balance transfer credit card to buy stock, then using dividends to help pay it off before the rate expires? Yeah, if you get a 0% interest rate, and it actually is 0%, it's not advertised as 0, like its APR is 0%, and you can find some dividends, yeah, you're making money. It's called arbitrage. If you can do it, do that. Some cards will cut me a check into my bank account for that. Also, can I get an analysis of what a better... Oh, yeah, this is where you just decide... Now, listen to this, guys. Can I get an analysis of what a better dividend stock to buy would be and why? I narrowed it down to a few stocks, and he provides some ticker symbols, and he wants me to analyze. I'm like, dude, to analyze stocks fully, it's going to cost you $1,000 for 3. Thinking of shorting Sears and Kmart as they are contracting. Good idea to short companies posting record losses? You want me to analyze an entire fucking industry? So I gave him the quote. He says, oh my God. Not $1,035. So we're just going to do $35 for your retirement thing. All right, here it is simplified. You are in a good position because you are a federal employee. And here's the reason that's important. Is because the federal government is the entity that prints off the money. I know, it's the Federal Reserve. That's cute. We'll pat you all on the head. Anyway, since the federal government is the one that can print off the money, you, especially if you have a military background, federal employees are like first in line to get that new money. Whether the federal government now bails out a separate legal entity, be it, perfect example, City of Chicago, the teacher's pension, you are very legitimately concerned about various pensions being underfunded. But the primary concern is that's at the state, local, and regional, anything not federal, because the City of Chicago can't print off dollars. They got to go and ass rape their citizens some more. Hi, Chad Elkins. Hi, how you doing? The state of Illinois has got to rape everybody who actually works in the state, which is basically all the state except that part of Chicago right there. where they just parasite. It's like a big zit. And I love Chicago, but it's a big parasitic zit right there on right by Lake Michigan there before it turns into Gary, Indiana. So since those entities, those governments are state and local, they don't have their own printing presses. That would be counterfeit if they did. They have genuine issues with pension funding problems. Now, that's why they got to go to the federal government, and the parasite that's known in Chicago, that parasites of Illinois may parasite off the entire nation, like the city of New York did, I think, in the 70s when the federal government bailed them out. So you don't have to worry about it because you are your postal service. So you are part of the entity that would just print off money to make good its various legal liabilities and commitments, like the pension funds, the postal services, Social Security. Now, there's always the risk the government may say, screw the postal service people. We only have enough money without triggering hyperinflation or what would be politically expedient, that we're only going to print off enough money to fund what is the number one thing that would truly get people up in arms, would be the military pensions. All right? America loves its military. I love the fucking military. And by God, yes, I'll gladly pay the military before we pay the postal service. So, in terms of where you are in the pecking order in the federal world, you're not first, but you're certainly not last, because people are going to want their mail carried. Most people are pro-post office. But the larger issue is that you are of the same legal entity that prints off the money, so you have a lot less to worry about than, let's say, you are some dipshit, I'm going to change the children's and save the world teacher over at, Compton Unified School District in California. All right? So, then as for the other stuff, though, having a plan B, nothing wrong with that, dude, and you should. It's always good to have redundancy built into your retirement plans. So you go buy the high dividend stocks, some rental properties that cash flow, prosper, whatever you want. You go in, there's nothing wrong with that. Do your research. You don't want to lose money on investments, so do some wise research. Make sure the income is there. Make sure it's worth your return on investment. I would... Maybe for financial planning purposes, forecasting, just plan on receiving 50%. That'd be erring enough on the side of caution that you'll have enough of a nest egg. And then if you're really concerned, go get Poor Richard's retirement, and you're going to find out how little you really need. All right, that right there will assuage you. Like if you spend, I think it's $6 for audio, maybe $7. If you're willing to spend $7 so you never have to worry about this shit again, and you can sleep soundly at night, I think it's worth $7. Go get Poor Richard's retirement, because it's going to show you how little you actually need for retirement. But that assumes you spend less than you make and all this other evil communist shit Americans don't do. We spend more money than we make. It's the American way. No problem, sweetheart. You get that $3,000 handbag because it has that funny looking little double C on it. I know it would feed a lot of children in Africa, and I know you say you like the kids in Africa and you want to help the children, but not unless it gets in the way of your $3,000 little funny handbag there, sweetheart. I know you're my sugar pie. I know. That's right. Fuck the kids in Africa. I know your handbag's more important. That's right. You go tell everybody on the Facebook just how much you care about those children. All right. We'll see you guys later. You got questions, go to assholeconsulting.com. Tools.